running back, at least to start, and then they jinxed it, figure out who they are, and hand the ball off. It's Donovan Edwards getting the bulk of the carries this year, with Blake Corum getting his ring and heading to the draft.
And really delivered with an excellent national championship game. Now he's the leader of this team.
Had some huge runs in that college football playoff championship. Bredesen couldn't make the catch. What do you
see which quarterback can drive their team down the field?
I think that's what Kurt Campbell wants to see as well. Donovan Edwards certainly helps. That's a gain of 11. And by the way, running clock and 12. You mentioned the defense. I think Charles is getting lonely down there, hearing 2 minutes of offense to start this game for Michigan. Alex Orji incomplete. He wanted Tyler Morris, who's going to have to
a little bit of weight. I would assume that short yardage. Blake was so good in the short yardage. What are you going to see from 7?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to watch him. He got to watch one of the best, I think, in college football at short yardage football. So
right now we're just throwing the football, but our defensive line, look at them. They'll stop you on third down. That's what they do best.
That's T. The difference between good, great, and elite teams is often depth.
Especially in a possible 17-game season. That one threaded through to Bredesen. What do you like, Joel?
As soon as he turned, that ball was out, guys. So from behind the line of scrimmage, that was a really nice read and execution by Alex Orji.
Hey, Joe, that was a laser.
Yeah, it was. And that's the one thing. And Charles, you know what's interesting? From a quarterback, and you saw this on the opposite side, quarterbacks have to understand how to change their tempo. You know, you can't always throw. He throws at times.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how much he tries to use that arm and trying to fit it into tight spaces, because the defense was all over that pass. Here's another good pass for him with a ball.
Yep. Really good ball.
I was just going to say, on these past 2 plays, the ball placement is key. It's not always just about IDing the right guy. That pass to Max Bredesen, Max Reyes, the safety, was coming.
About leadership and just the small things that he's going to evaluate this quarterback battle. Look out, stiff arm, Donovan Edwards.
I thought I was going to the end zone with the belt. 97 to 2024. We champions. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, way.
Donovan Edwards
Test for Maryland's defense. And even though they lose Mike Barrett and Junior Colson, this linebacker room's reloaded.
Orji rolling out. Alex Orji looking for the end zone. Get that man the belt, Charles.
Blue team. We got the belt, baby. Hey.
This is exciting for this Michigan team and this staff. Great decision there by Alex Orji. It looks like he was in an RPO with the chance to throw the football, but this is what gets you so excited about processing and IQ. He's got great knowledge of the offense and what defenses are trying to do to stop him.
So Mullings gets the first carry. Kalel Mullings.
But he always believed in himself, always believed he could be the QB at Michigan. And what a moment, you know, he's involved with local
you guys, and it's a different type of hope.
Here he is on the field playing quarterback. Right down the middle. That's a laser and a strike for a first down and then some. Deacon Tonelli with the catch.
In the pocket there was a little pressure coming off his right side, and he just sat back a little bit, even backpedaled, and then delivered a strike right down the middle. That was beautiful.
Yeah, Joel, really understand.
Announcement coming in a short while here in the second quarter, and Kalel Mullings, after Donovan Edwards took the blue team down the field, got the opening carry, and then Dunlap.
They think Zeke Berry can do all those same things.
Like Jair Hill on the other side as well on the Mays defense, as this one gets out quickly to Colston Loveland, the returning starter at tight end for the offense.
Hey, Charles.
And they gain separation by pushing off.
By the way, two trick plays for everybody. I don't know if this counts. Here's Mullings again. Jake, what do you think of a corner talking about tight ends like that, is my question to you.
Listen.
See him there tight to the formation on the left side, looking that direction. There he is. It is Loveland right near the line to gain.
Really lost 6 offensive linemen, their top 2 receivers.
So as you watch the second half of this game, Joel, there are opportunities for guys to get playing. Mullings straight ahead, and he does have the first down.
Doesn't that make you smile?
Kenneth Grant showed up at the facility yesterday wearing a Metallica sweatshirt. That is top flight, old school there, incomplete. As much as possible with the personnel you have, and show so many amoeba looks, as there's a handoff to Mullings. We've talked about him as the
So nothing's different for the players.
Loveland on the right side of the formation, go through the progressions and dump it off. Mullen spins out of a tackle. Charles.
Hey, that's what I like right there. Pursuit. Everybody.
Right. We see a rating spike. Spring football field goals. Adam Samaha on the kick.
Well, they're not just replacing talent in production, they're replacing leadership. That's going to be a key formula to their success going forward.
New quarterback is in, Jaden Davis, the highly thought of freshman. See if this is his first throw, and it is. They get it out very quickly. It's Tyler Morris, little cut. Looked like the Alabama game there.
That's right.
Responsibility.
You loved it too when the other quarterback came in for a play, didn't you? Because here's Orji back in the game, and they'll hand it off on the end around for Morris. And we have our first marker of the day. College sports is amazing what it can do for confidence. And his roommates, you know, Will Johnson, Colston Loveland, kept playing that moment over and over. For
Contact, and that was one of the reasons why they were #1 in the country.
2-minute warning coming. They do get to the quarterback.
You got him.
TJ for him as well. All right, 3rd down in Farmington Hills. And they'll run it with Benjamin Hall, a big back, the sophomore out of the state of Georgia. And Jaden Hood with the tackle. Sure is Charles just down there cutting promos for us.
Yes,
that's
what
awesome.
I do. That's what I do.
So Jaden Denegal is a quarterback. Now we have a 2-minute drill situation you get thrust into. Great. Put your mic closer next time. Thanks.
Sure, Jason.
Appreciate it. Thank you. The handoff to Dunlap. So 3rd down coming up, and we'll see how both teams use their timeouts here.
It's competitive because it's almost more competitive because it's your buddies. You know?
I get that. Right down the middle. It's a first down.
Yeah, that's exactly what I just said, guys. Did you see it, Charles? Did you see that? Primary check down.
First down, clock moving. False start. A lot of checking going on before the play. Denegal feels the pressure, rolls, and he ends up out of bounds.
Bill, and knowing where to go to the football is the final piece of that.
Now they got there, and they do blow it dead. There's a marker in 2. It was Jimmy Rolder with the pressure.
Safeties 31 comes down. This is not a pressure look. This is just a straight up rush.
Denegal, deep ball, wide open. Fred Moore.
Turn the rush in the face.
Look at this ball placement. They're running that out route in the corner underneath. And Denegal in between that zone coverage. Maybe it was Jimmy Rolder that was a little bit late getting out there. Did a great job of putting that ball with the right tempo and the right pace and dropping it in to Freddie Moore.
Miscommunication over on the outside, and they let somebody get deep.
But I'm going to give Denegal the credit.
Last year, he needs to take that step.
Denegal drops the snap, and he is sacked. So it ends for football season.
They love it here, though.
Samaha.
Oh, no, Mays. That's a big...
Us football guys, we're kind of sickos. You evaluate it because every single rep, every detail, every step you take on this field will be evaluated. You will know if it was right or wrong. Pieces here in the second half.
Javier Dunlap is the tailback. Denegal to throw, and that is batted in the air and eventually pulled in and intercepted by Kumba.
Did he catch that?
Amarick Kumba thinks he did. Let's watch it again. Amarick Kumba says that's mine.
See ball, get ball, baby.
It looked like it was batted at the line of scrimmage.
Hey, tips and overthrows.
Yeah, it was batted by Iwuna, I believe, right?
It was, yeah. That was Iwuna, Ike Iwuna, and then Kumba, the native of France, gets a pick.
That one hit the ground, fellas. Okay, so when it was initially batted, it went straight.
A lot of time. Now the pocket collapses, and this throw is intercepted. And now it comes loose. The ball came out after the interception by Waller. and it's eventually picked back up by Fred Moore.
Gotta protect the ball.
Yeah, how do you have to do that, Charles? What do you got to do here?
You gotta tuck it, man. You gotta tuck it. You gotta tuck the ball until you get into the free, and then you can put it in one hand.
Hey,
but until then, tuck the ball.
And give credit to Wilcox there. How about him hustling back? You know, Waller's trying to head back across the field, and Wilcox, I think that was 38, right?
It was.
He came in and punched that ball out. That's a heads-up play.
Got a smile on his face, like, well, we had it. Sorta.
That's exactly what you do after a quarterback throws an interception. You run a power play. You're going to get yourself in trouble, right? So if you're trying to prove something or you're trying to win a job on any given snap, that's not what you should be focused on. You really do have to be focused on just the details of the system. I'm telling you.
But everybody is.
I understand that, but the guy who operates the system best is going to be the quarterback. Play
Right to you just the way you said. But when you get out of position, that's when the big plays happen against your defense.
Kuzdal trying to get outside, and he cannot. So the defense holds the line. DJ Waller came up from the defensive backfield to get the stop, and he has been very impressive so far.
At secondary, they said this guy looks like an ex-wide receiver. He's 6'3", 205 pounds, playing outside on the edge. Great length. You can see his long arms there, which allows him to get up in the grill of wide receivers. But hey, the minimum standard is to
go. Wing, tell me something, man. It's been 20 years since you've been on the college sideline. What are you doing here?
I mean, football's football, you know that. But it's been a lot of fun all spring. Obviously, we're not going to show everything today. We had a lot of fun.
And just for
on his face all spring, getting to see physical, padded practices and hits and tackles.
Yeah, the NFL, you don't hit anymore. I could have played 25 years, man, if I played in today's NFL. Guys, this is a 4th and 7.
It is after the great play by the freshman out of Frederick, Maryland. Pressure coming again on the roll down the sideline. Tuck ball incomplete. Peyton O'Leary went up for it.
better coverage, though. Better coverage. I loved how the Davis there, the freshman, when he left the pocket, he kept his eyes downfield. You could tell right away he wanted to throw that ball. Now, part of that is 4th down, but another part of that is just trying to make a play.
Joel, take a look at this because he was looking out to his left. Look at 83 there on the hash, the tight end, Zach Marshall. He had him, and he pumped early. It looked like he wanted to.
I don't know, Jason.
Delighted to have you. First down for the Mays team. Here is Dunlap on the run. How about Wink Martindale, though? He starts out as okay.
Ready?
We'll be ready. Here we go. Here's the action.
Here we go.
There it is. Fred Moore. Are you calling the plays down? Uh-oh. 15? Is that 15?
Well, the defender told him earlier in the week, man, I'm coming to get you, trust me.
Fellas, I'm here with the new offensive coordinator, Kirk Campbell. And Kirk, first of all, how excited are you to take over this role as OC?
It's really cool experience. You know, just go be part of that and keep the tradition rolling.
I've been talking about all day, you know, how do you keep everything the same and yet everybody is different? You know, because that's kind of how it is in particular on offense. 10 new starters.
Can do it multiple ways, and we just got to make sure that's my job that they touch the football enough in a game plan and worry about to go out there and execute.
Now you're also the quarterback coach, so you're going to be.
But still nice to see the young guy keep the play alive and give this receiver a chance down the field.
Great, thanks a lot for agreeing with Jake there.
Joel, real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick, they've called 9 straight. It is an impressive room, though. We've talked about Loveland. Marlon Klein is getting a lot of love in that facility as well. The tight end out of Germany. And look, Joel, they dialed up a pass, and it almost went the other way.
Watch.
Got a delay issue here, yeah.
That's a delay right there. No, you put it away.
That's incomplete. I do want to ask you, Jake.
Eyebrows around the country when that happened a few weeks ago.
The other one that was not on the list because it's not part of the official positional coaching staff is Ben Herbert. September, you saw Donovan Edwards with that big run in that series. Here is Henry Donahue. Edwards is out of the ball game after an early series, and he's with Kenny.
Want to step into the role that they were maybe once in and they're going to be able to look forward to. So, okay. My bad. Sorry, guys. But I'm really, Coach Alfred, I'm not going to say anything on TV, but I could get from jokes outside of this, right? But I love Coach Alfred to death. Recruiting process, he recruited me, going into my coming out of my sophomore year. So it's amazing for him to be here because I always wanted him to coach me.
Kept you for too long.
You have kept me a little too long. Appreciate you talking to me.
All right, talk to you soon. Get back there.
He might try to get back in the game. Alex Orji's back in the game.
We could show with the, as the offense throughout the year, we had so many games where defense was killing it, Blake and Dono were killing it, and we didn't have that drive that was like.
I love it. I mean, I always wanted to get out there and play. I love seeing these guys. You always want more reps.
There's a blitz coming from the corner again. Wink Martindale, blitz city.
Well, you pointed out Henry Don.
Second down for Davis Warren, who has worked from walk-on to scout team player. He'll hand it off for Dunlap, and a big gash, and Mays is moving it now. It's a gain of 16.
He was asked about the position battle at RB3, and actually Javier Dunlap was the first name out of his mouth. A guy that's been in the program for a few years, has waited his turns.
Touchdown. Davis Warren, the quarterback. Off play action, setting to throw. He'll launch a deep ball for the end zone. Right there, Kendrick Bell, touchdown.
Yeah, well, it starts with the protection up front. You're running the ball, you get into play action, and Davis Warren has a completely clean pocket. They told us to keep an eye out for number 12, Kendrick Bell. As you said, he's Ronnie Bell's younger brother. He's a sophomore right now, but they said as he matures and as he learns to play at this college level, he's a guy that can grow into a bigger role. Great protection. Davis Warren says, if you give me time, I'm going to deliver the ball, and Kendrick Bell finishes it with the touchdown. In space there is. So Kendrick Bell is facing off coverage. There is about 10 yards of space for Joshua Nichols, the cornerback there, and yet you talk about receivers, you want to eat up that space, take big strides, get right up in the DB's grill, and then separate late. That's exactly what Kendrick Bell did right there.
He's a man of his word.
Jake, what do you, as you watch Jim Harbaugh get a tattoo, what's the first thing on your mind?
It just puts a smile on my face because, yeah, that is the question.
Yeah, he told us he was going to.
Man of his word.
Yeah, he's a man of his word. So, yeah, I saw the pictures of it before the broadcast, and it looks good. I thought Donovan ran well. Mason, Kenneth made some plays, Ernest, Jay Sean. But it's cool to watch these young backs, young linemen go in there and compete. Great
linebacker. They say you can hear football. Look at the left guard. Bang. Ooh. He's 215 pounds coming downhill. I believe that was Amir Herring. Great physical play by the linebacker.
A freshman from Pittsburgh Central Catholic High School. It's Benjamin Hall, who really is a bowling ball. The celebration we saw at the beginning of the game.
Like Charles was talking to us earlier about just like what it means to him and what it means to come back as a Michigan champion. He knows from '97, and now those guys enter that phrase. Mays gets a huge stop.
Yeah, McBurrows was Cole Sullivan with the play again.
Nice drive just in that linebacker position, and that's the value of having big defensive linemen is there's no one to block Sullivan, so he gets in the backfield, he's first to the action, and then they get to celebrate there in the backfield.
Joel, you were saying, it's life-changing. Here comes the Mays team one more time. They're going to run it. This is a run-heavy fourth quarter to prepare for those Big Ten.
It's an expanded playoff, so there's a lot more games, which puts an even further premium on depth and keeping guys healthy. Lineage, he helped UCLA have a phenomenal defense the past few seasons, so they'll be much improved.
On the roll, that throw is right on target on the run for Fred Moore. Into space he goes, down the sideline and in.
Oh, no. The Mays team then turned up.
Fellas, they got a good blitz pickup. Who's 41? Who's my guy 41 with a great? Who is it?
Kuzdal.
There we go. He picked up the blitz coming from the field side. It allowed Davis Warren to slide over. Now all of a sudden he finds a receiver, and then Morris. And as soon as he caught the ball, Sharon's back here and he's like, he's fast. He's fast. And sure enough, house
the man
call.
Turned on the wheels.
You know, you're a weapon when we say we're going to put the ball in your hands and then you do the rest. And they told us, the first thing they told us about Frederick Moore is his speed. Think he might be the fastest guy on the team. You saw it there as he outran the entire blue defense.
So now Alex Orji back out to play quarterback once again. So the quarterback ones for both teams are playing these final couple of drives. Zach Marshall makes the catch. And some great years last year. It's going to be hard for the middle of the Big Ten.
Absolutely. And another key mention is there's no more East and West.
That's
right. You have the protected rivalries. So Michigan, of course.
I also think about the eclectic nature of the Pac-12 and what that was from a schematic standpoint, you know, and how Michigan will line up against that. And, you know, we'll see the philosophy and the mentality, which has worked so well here in the Big Ten.
Said he believes Colston Loveland's the best tight end this year. He'll be first round. They said Marlon Klein can do the exact same thing.
That's really high praise. That's a very tough throw into double coverage for Marshall.
You know, Joel, that's what JJ did to progress as a quarterback as well, year over year.
Orji rolling out. He wants the first down, and let's see where they spot him here.
As we all know, the offensive linemen, they go back for seconds and get both.
That's right.
There's a good touch pass.
That's
now
what you're
we're
talking about, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. As a quarterback, I always felt like, and baseball in my past, see, that's a fastball. You throw it with good velocity, you drive it out to the outside. But as a quarterback, at the time, so it's more about how it comes off of those fingertips, like shooting a free throw.
That's a oh boy. Uh-oh.
Hey, what about that, though? Taking sacks, Joe.
In that pocket, then we're going to put some of that in
exactly.
the pocket.
Yeah, look, it looked like there was some traffic. You see a couple guys ended up on their back.
The year prior.
Yeah.
Remember, Quinn got knocked out of that game. They had Alabama's on the ropes. Bryce Young basically put a cape on his back in order for the Tide to win that game in Austin. Then he goes to Tuscaloosa, and they're able to beat the 12-team expanded playoff. You know, I think it's just going to be interesting to see a game like that when both teams have playoffs.
How many losses can you have, Joel, do you think?
I think if you're in the Big Ten or the SEC, you could probably get away with 3. Just depends on who they are.
For November of this coming year. Orji throws right over the middle. That's a first down, right on target again. This is Dale Chesson, J.U. Chesson's brother, for a first down. You love a check down more than life itself.
And I talked about it last week. Love a check down. There it is. Get in there.
Ooh, a little side swipe, and Klein, who's back in the game. Good to see Marlon Klein back in the game.
Every year, just like you said, all the hype, all that, not really feeding into that, not really looking at all that. Just worried about working, doing it the next day, the next standing.
Anytime the guys have anything on their mind, man, that they want to ask you or talk to you about, you just try to be there for them. And so, you know, for me to be here and talk to Will, who's wearing the number 2.
There it is. 4th down and 1. They gave the sack a couple plays ago. 4th and 1. Last gasp here. Nice little slide by, and he's going to waltz in. It's a touchdown. The second.
They're about to call it back. Touched him. He touched him.
Are they going to say sack here? Oh, wow.
I don't know. I saw a free runner, so I had to call that one.
He blows it dead right there. That's going to be a maze win, Charles.
Hey, you see why I came over to the Maze side. It stinks tonight,
I was going to say, you were on the blue side earlier. Hey, man, when you got a gold jacket and a Heisman Trophy, you always eat steak.
Hey, I did go to Michigan, baby. We smart. We know what to do.
Hey, there. Well, he's going to want his touchdown. We know that for sure. Dunlap, the tailback, and that should be it. They've got one timeout. The 2-minute warning has already gone by, so they're going to.